Hello, everyone. I'm Sha, the writing and research half of Tales and Oracle of 11. Some of you may know me as Little Cat on this channel. Those who are new, hello, 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 and I hope you're having a great week, month, year, and beyond. I apologize for my voice in this video because I lost it from having too much fun during a birthday party the night before, but we powered through it and talked about food. And if there's a high-pitched sound in the background, I apologize again. It's the vacuum cleaner. It is inescapable. We all know this from when we need to record. On our creator feature, this is Kanz from Brunei and our sticker pack of Bruneian food. You mentioned just now that you don't really have local stories. Just
Literally.
kenapa?
Because I said is you rarely hear about them here.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
The only famous tale is like only about the Jongbatu. Is it?
Oh, Jong
I think
Batu.
so. Yeah.
That's the funny thing about Jong Batu actually. It's everywhere, but it's also a movie. I think.
Yeah, you can barely learn more about them.
Oh. Has it got something to do with Brunei is very Muslim?
I wouldn't say that.
I think the stories that I have is a tale about the two roosters which turned into two islands. Jong Batu, obviously, and like a weeping rice and a golden island and Tungkal's misery, which is I think very common of a story in sort of that region. So Brunei, Sabah, Sarawak. And I think that
Right.
that is primarily an issue of Brunei at some point seceding Sabah and Sarawak to Malaya in 1965.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of intermingling of cultures already before, and trying to get stories because of that makes it way more difficult. When you were little, there were no other stories. Nobody told you, like Aesop fables.
Which famous about again? I know about it, but what was it about again?
There's a lot. So Aesop fables are pretty much stories that you tell children to teach them morality.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
turtle and the rabbit, things like that. I
Yeah.
can't think of it off
Yeah.
the top of my head right now. But these are very Western centric stories, and it's part of the reason why we're doing this oracle deck and storybook. It's to get Southeast Asians to know our stories, because it's very embarrassing for me as a Southeast Asian to not know all these stories, especially when my Angmo friends, my Western friends come over and say, "Hey, do you know any Southeast Asian stories?" And all I know is ghosts, because we have a
For
lot of
sure.
ghosts.
A lot of them.
And they're like, "Oh, do you have anything like the Little Mermaid?" And I'm like, technically no. Um, the mermaids here want to kill you most of the time, which is
Oh
interesting.
my god. Are you for real?
Yeah.
Wait, which story is that?
There is a tale about mermaid ghost monsters thing from Philippines, because that's the only one that I sort of came across
Oh my
um
god.
through my reading, and they don't like adults. They will kill adults,
Oh,
but they love children,
oh
so they
my
will save
god.
children. They hit liars and thieves,
That's so cool. I'm
right?
not gonna lie.
And for Malaysia, it is Ulit Mayang. Have
Lit
you heard
Mayang.
of that? The song Ulit Mayang? It's a
I heard
story
the name.
about a princess who hails from the ocean, and then she goes back to the ocean eventually. Like she's some kind of goddess or deity. I can't remember exactly,
Oh.
but it's a dance actually, and it's very beautiful but very haunting. Like I
Oh,
said, everything is ghosts.
interesting. Southeast Asia.
Yeah, so creepy, but so beautiful at the same time. I think when we watch horror stories as children, there's always this aspect of like, yeah, it's scary, but it's not Southeast Asian scary, you know?
Oh, I get it. Yeah. I'm
Anyway,
trying to remember any stories that Brunei has.
it's
I
okay.
really can't remember anything. Like,
It's
I'm sure there's more, but Yeah, we don't really hear a lot about it.
Uh-huh.
I think we only hear like macam one or twice in our masa childhood.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So we don't really grow up really with the folk tales in Brunei.
Hmm. Very interesting. I guess it's not part of the culture because Brunei is
Yeah,
very
maybe.
religious. So instead of growing up with folktales, you sort of go to sleep reciting your four calls. You know, kul a'udzu kul
Yeah, yeah,
a'udzu birabbinas and all of that.
yeah.
So that is more prevalent instead of sitting your child down and going, okay, before you sleep, we're going to tell you a story about how you should be a good person. How would you like to be introduced and where can the internet find you?
Okay, hi. I'm Kanz from Brunei. Why is it so hard for me to introduce myself? Oh Lord. Oh no. It's
Okay,
been a while.
what are your pronouns?
I'm a she her.
He, her. Okay. Where what is your Instagram?
My Instagram is Kanozey. My Twitter is Kanzipu.
Okay. And is that the only place we can find you to sort of get you to do commissions? Is your commissions even open at this time? Because your art is really cute. I saw all the food pictures and I'm like
You.
hungry.
My commissions are actually closed right now, because the wait list for it is like really full. But other places where you can find me is like through my card,
Mm-hmm.
which is kanozey.card.co.
Okay.
That's where all my links, my portfolio are.
Okay, okay. Do you only do illustrations or are there other things that you tend to do?
My main is illustration, but I did some animation back then because I was a animation and multimedia student.
Oh wow, okay.
But after I graduated, I kind of stopped a bit because it was a really stressful work for me to do.
I can imagine. It's multiple stuff. Also, what's the what's the hiring like in Southeast Asia for animation? Is it good? Is there a lot of business within
Uh,
animation or is it like as bad as everywhere else where they abuse animators?
I think that's bad.
Oh, okay.
But then, truth to be told, I haven't really applied for animation job
Mm-hmm.
since I graduated. I just recently graduated, so.
Ah.
But now, I'm more of a freelancer,
Mm-hmm.
so I work through only clients.
Like I feel like animation in general is really hard. So for you to sort of come out from uni doing that is like you have so much skills already.
Yeah, and then I low-key got traumatized by it, so like, I stopped for a while.
I feel
But I'm
like
trying to
that's
back.
you're trying to go
Huh?
back, but I feel like that's such a horrible state of the industry when even going to university you're already traumatized.
Because it's a lot of work, right? And then the deadlines are literally almost killing me.
Oh, oh,
And then a lot of how to say, is overnight sleep.
oh yeah, yeah, I can
Overnight.
imagine.
Yeah.
I
And then you have to do everything on your own, like the sound, the storyboard, like even the drawing frame by frame. Ugh.
no, I'm already tired. I come from an interior design industry, so
Ooh.
I know the feeling of the 48 hours do not sleep. I condemn it.
Mm.
I do not like it. I don't want people to be in an industry where they abuse you like that. Um, but we're in a good place now because you're taking commissions. You're taking a lot of commissions to the point where you don't need to, and it's closed for the moment because you have a lot of stuff. And I'm glad that you're able to draw for us because the food looks amazing. Yeah, I know we had some problems looking for specifically Bruneian food.
Literally. I didn't even know that we have like a lot of similarities to other countries, the food.
Again, this boils down to the fact that Sabah and Sarawak used to belong to Brunei, but because of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Malaya Agreement and essentially the creation of Malaysia, Brunei pretty much went, here, you can have this, but we're
Yeah.
keeping the oil.
For sure.
Which means there's so many overlaps and it doesn't help not just within Borneo itself, but throughout Southeast Asia we have the movement of people through hundreds and hundreds of years bringing their snacks and their rice foods and their noodles. So we have copies of everything. It's just our personal version of it.
Yeah,
And
literally.
it's also so dangerous because Malaysians, I don't want to say anything about Indonesians and Bruneians and everybody else, but Malaysians from the get-go, we like to claim things
Wait, really?
like
That's so funny.
it's so funny. I I accept nasi lemak for claiming by Malaysia because I don't see it anywhere else. But things like satay, bro, satay is everywhere. It's meat on a stick. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure everyone has it.
Is there like
No need to
kebab?
claim. Yeah, there's kebabs. Essentially, any meat on a stick, most people have it. Do not fight over it. Kind of stupid. Um,
Really?
and that includes kuih as well. So we ended up with kuih celerut, kuih katilapam, nasi katok, kuih penyaran, also known as kuih UFO, and kuih cincin. All of these things I don't think I've ever had. So do you wanna walk me through what they are?
I know Nasi Katok is like the only different food there.
Yeah, I would say the shapes of it differ from what I'm used to. Like I don't think I've had kuih celerut. Kuih cincin, personally, probably had it in a different shape, so I don't recognize it. My brain is like, what is this?
Fish chicken is more like, how do you say this? I don't really eat much of it, to be honest.
Mm, don't have a sweet tooth?
Oh, I have a sweet tooth. Fish chicken is not sweet.
Oh, it's not? Okay, what is it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
savory?
not. Um, savory is more like, I would say that macam keropok.
Oh, wait. I thought it was sweet. Okay. So
No, no, no.
is it like keripik or keropok? But it's not fish, right?
Oh, no, no, it's not. Huh, what is it again?
I don't know.
Because I don't really eat much of it.
Oh, okay. There's so many.
Yeah, it's more like cracker instead of like soft.
Ah, it's crunchy.
Hmm. Yeah, it's crunchy, crunchy. Yeah, that's the word.
But it throws me because I thought it was sweet. Like it's got sugar or something. So it's more like crepe. Does it have peanuts or um
Oh yeah, there some have peanuts.
okay. So it's crepe but different shape. Okay, I'm gonna have to eat this one day because I've never had it. We're going to tangent for a while. How did you find yourself in animation, in the arts in general? Was it something that you were allowed to do as a child? Did you come across any barriers for entry, especially from your family? Because we're Asian.
Okay, firstly, I'm the youngest in the family because
Oh,
come from siblings of three.
uh-huh.
So the education for me is like it's kind of a bit not really as strict as my older siblings are.
Okay.
So I'm like able to do kind of anything I want, which I'm very grateful for my parents at. Growing up, I watched a lot of the Eastern animation, like the animes. So obviously, I got influenced by the art. So I always try to copy the art style, and then from there on, I just kind of get really into doing art. And then my parents saw that, so they're like fully support me, which
So
I'm
lucky.
very very grateful until now,
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
I know that a lot of parents don't really support their children to do arts, right?
Yeah, especially in Asia in general, you're either a
Yeah.
doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, an accountant, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Did you study in Brunei or did you study elsewhere?
I'm Brunei, but I'm mostly self-taught until I got into college doing the animation.
I'm not like an artist in any sense of the word. I write sometimes.
Oh,
I do a lot more 3D than I do handwriting. My handwritings are garbage. I have so much respect for artists in general because of the amount of hours you put in. We talk about like, oh, you're so talented, but it's not just talent. It's the hours that you put in to hone
oh
your
yeah,
craft.
yes, definitely.
So the picture that we're using now to represent you, it's your persona. You drew
Yeah,
it,
persona. Yeah, I drew it.
and it's gorgeous. I love the detail on the collar. The waves. Is it waves or clouds?
Yeah,
It's
it's
waves.
waves. It's like supposed to be like the design is supposed to be like inspiration from the Japanese waves.
Uh huh.
Yeah, because I really want to incorporate like Japanese thingy, and then
Mm-hmm.
I really love the ocean life, so I try to put the sea related to it
Uh,
too.
I also love the ocean. Are you a diver by any chance?
No, I don't
Okay.
think I don't think I can even swim.
Swimming is
Like
good.
because the last time I swam was I think I was 9 or something.
Okay, so you can swim. It's not like because I do have a few friends
But
who, as adults, just cannot swim, and I'm like, dude, you need
that
to
doesn't
learn
mean
how to
I
not
don't know.
die.
Like, I know how to float. That
That's
I'm
good
confident.
enough.
But swim is
It's good enough. Don't need style as long as you know how to not drown. Because water,
yes.
I'm a big fan of any bodies of water. I'm a big fan of the ocean. I love good diving, but it is
These
very,
days
very
I'm not really.
imperative. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
But these
it's
days I'm not really into getting wet. Like I
uh
don't really like the feeling of the clothes sticking to your body when it's wet. Like,
oh, okay, fair. It's kind of like ketat and sticky. I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
What is your favorite kuih
My
or food
favorite,
in general? Yeah.
my favorite Bruneian food of all is really Nasi Katok.
Oh,
Like I could eat it like at most 3 times in one sitting.
oh my God. Okay, tell me
But
more
and
about
that is
Nasi Katok.
really bad
It's
because it's
good for your
mostly
soul.
rice. It's good for my soul, but oh god, not for my weight. It's like,
Okay, you can eat all the rice and then you puasa the next day. You fast the next day.
yes.
That is the goal. But tell me more about this nasi katok. What is inside? Do you know how to make it?
Nice.
Does your
Mm,
mom usually make it or do you buy it?
now we usually buy it, but then we
Mm-hmm,
can. It's really easy to make in home at home.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But the three main ingredients are basically like rice, sambal, and fried chicken, and that's it.
Oh, fried chicken is so
You
good.
can put egg.
Is the sambal the same as the nasi lemak sambal or is it different? Is it like sambal ole
Nasi lemak.
or like is it the kind of
I
sambal that
remember
you
how
have to
it's
cook or is it the kind of sambal that you put on a stone to sort of break into mush and it's fresh? Nasi lemak is a cooked sambal because we have so much sambal in like the ocean gang. Borneo, essentially, Brunei, Indonesia, and Malaysia have a lot of like cooked sambal and a lot of uncooked, very fresh sambal.
Oh. No, no, our sambal is cooked. Yeah, it's
Okay,
kind of
so
similar.
it's very much like because we have so much food. We have the sambal nasi lemak, which is a kind of sambal tumis, which you have to sort of cook in oil until the oil rises, and that will make sure that it's cooked and you won't have a stomachache. But there's so many other
Oh.
things you can put inside. It's not just chili. It's different kinds of herbs, different kinds of other spices.
I mean,
Because
nasi lemak and nasi katik is a bit similar, no?
mm,
Oh, but then, is it nasi lemak? The nasi is like mixed with santan, is it?
yeah, it's coconut
Ah,
rice with pandan leaf. Some people will put onions
yeah,
sometimes,
that's
which I
different.
disagree with.
Yeah, I think that's the major difference between nasi katok
Ah,
and nasi lemak because our nasi katok is just plain rice.
uh-huh.
It's really those three simple, and then it's like it's really so cheap. It's like because it's only $1 here.
Oh, it's really like full on Bruneian comfort food, easy to access, easy
Yes.
to eat, keeps you
Yes,
full.
that's exactly the word comfort food.
I
Because you can get it anywhere here.
I can imagine. I'm just looking at it and it's this I love kampong style food because of its simplicity and the fact that these are what most people eat on a daily basis. Simple, easy to prepare, and when you eat it, you
Yeah.
feel good.
Yes.
I mean, if you eat 3 plates of it, it's a different
Mm-hmm.
feeling, but your soul feels good. What about the other kuihs that you have? So we talked about kuih chin
Okay.
chin just now, with much
Uh,
confusion. I saw a different version of kuih katilapam. I'm assuming it's the same as appam.
Appam, yeah.
Yeah,
We call it as appam too.
but the way that it's presented in your piece, it's in like a wrapper.
Apa tu ah?
Uh, it's not coconut leaf, right? No, it's not pandan leaf. It
Uh,
could be coconut leaf. But I've never seen it presented in that way. I've seen it presented in the other one where it is in a cup and then it turns into a flower, and it's so delicious
oh, yeah, it's a bit
because
sweeter
you
than that.
dip it in coconut. I don't know if you do that. Do you dip it in coconut in Brunei?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because
There'll
we really
be
serve it like only the kueh. Like there's no
oh.
dip. I think there is, and I might miss it because
When I read it, I was like, katil means bed. Apam means whatever that is. So it's just fluffy
we
bed.
usually call it, yeah, we usually call it kueh apam too, but then the full name is katilapam.
Katilapam. I wonder where it's from. Because we have it on this side as well. It's just like a different variation of it. And like I said, we eat it by dipping it with coconut. Like you know those coconut shavings, but it's kind of wet.
Ah, ah, oh. Okay, okay, yeah, I know that.
It's one of my favorite things aside from onde onde, which we also considered at one point.
Oh my god, onde so good.
Onde onde is a
Uh,
very dangerous thing to eat if you're not paying attention because you will bite into it and then the juice will squirt out your mouth.
oh yeah,
It's like a
so
straight
good.
shot to somebody else's face.
But the sugar is so good too. You have to eat it fully too. You can't eat it like on how do you say this? Like half bite. Yeah, you can't eat it that way.
Mm-hmm. No, it'll
Because
ooze
it will
out.
explode, right? It's like, ugh. But one bite. No, I want to eat it. No.
I'm a fan of food. I know how to make a lot of different kinds of food, but I don't like frying things. So I imagine kueh
Oh,
chin chin is something that you fry, right?
yeah.
And nasi katok fried chicken, like all these things,
Fried
I
chicken.
just
Yeah,
don't like
that's all.
cooking in my house because I don't like splatter. I'm very afraid of oil.
Oh no. I mean,
It's
same.
it's like I can't
Even
do it. I
frying
don't know
an
how people
egg.
do it. I am very soft and
I,
squishy.
even frying an egg for me is already like, ugh.
It's
Because some
scary.
of the oil. Yeah, it's a bit scary.
To be fair, it's also because I was making do you know bugadil?
Look at it. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hate it.
So this is one of the things that I believe it may have originated in Indonesia during the trade times in the I don't know 1700s, and then it just spread because it's just potatoes and meat, and then you
Yeah.
cover it in an egg wash, and then you put it in hot oil to deep
Mm,
fry, and it's the most
yeah.
beautiful thing. It's like croquets, but better. It's delicious.
Yes.
But one day I was making this bugadil for soto. And the thing is, I was picking up with a slotted spoon, but somehow I held it wrong that it fell back into the oil
Oh no.
and it splashed onto my arm. And then I was so
Oh no.
stunned that I didn't realize there was a
Oh no.
huge patch on my arm. And I think it was 3 seconds before I went, oh, nuts. And then I went to wash it
Oh,
with cold water.
oh no.
But that is traumatizing in a way.
Very. Oh god. I wouldn't want to get near it here anymore.
Exactly. So now if I have to do hot oil anything, you know that picture of somebody holding a wok lid as a shield?
Yes, yes.
I do that. It's like, no. It's such a chicken shit way to do things, but I need to protect myself. I am traumatized.
Understandable. Yes, understandable.
Hmm. So kuih celurut, it's green. So I assume
It's
there's
green.
pandan in there. Is it like onde
Pandan.
onde but
Yeah.
longer?
There's no filling to it. And it's actually really smooth. And then the wrapping is actually the same as the katilapam. I'm trying to remember what's the name right now. But yeah, it's kind of the wrapping is similar. And then the green is the food itself, but it's really smooth and there's no filling.
So I'm thinking it could be made out of rice flour that's been cooked. So it's more like very squishy. Is it
Yeah,
gummy?
very squishy. No.
Huh.
There's actually
Mm-hmm.
two flavors of it, like
Uh-huh.
pandan and Malacca. So there's like the green and the brown one.
Oh, I think we can do one last question.
Hey, okay.
I know we covered it just now, but this is just to rehash. How much of your country's folktales and oral history do you know?
Honestly, no, I'm sure there's actually more to it, like, but then the thing is, yeah, because we don't hear much about it, like I don't remember of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I do remember. I think I can only get like a bit of it. Like, there's one story about where this boy who was born with a poisonous skin. I'm trying to remember the story. See,
Take your
because
time.
it's been a long time, guys.
When did you hear this story? Like, were you in like under 5 years old, under 10?
Yeah, probably lah.
Oh,
I have a friend who's actually really into this folktales.
ah.
Yeah, their works are mostly focusing on the folktales, but then yeah, other than that, it's like it's really hard. Like it's
Mm,
really really hard to find.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh, there's also I remember there's also this one story about this man building a ladder for this girl in the yes, it sucks because okay, it sounds so interesting, but I really don't remember how the story goes.
How do you feel about Jong Batu being just everywhere? Is it boring to you guys when somebody's like, "Oh, Bruneian sorry, Jong Batu. It's about um
I mean,
anak lelaki derhaka."
yeah, yeah. I mean, if you hear it like everywhere, is a kind of oh god, here we go again.
Exactly. It's a bit like Malaysia and our Hang Jebats and Hang Tuah stories and Putri Gunung Ledang. It's way overdone, but it's still very beautiful as a story. The Jong Batu one is very interesting because you have a very wonderful mother. This is gonna be in the book. Like it's one of the stories because I couldn't find much stories from Brunei that wasn't like double dipping
Yeah,
into everywhere else.
yeah, that's why it's
Um,
really hard.
yeah, and it's sad because the woman's like, "Oh, my beautiful son, he's so nice, he's so sweet," and then the son's like, "I want to go travel, I want to go backpack,"
Yeah, and then
and
she
then
found a
she's like,
girl.
"Yeah." The wife is such a bitch though. Like,
Yeah, for
ew,
real.
who's that?
The
She's
reason, yeah,
gross.
exactly. Literally the reason why the sun becomes more
Right, right.
bad
Padamka.
time.
If if you're reading, it doesn't matter where the story comes from. If you're reading a story or hearing a story, do you relate more to the nobility, the merfolk, the fae, or are you a horse person? And by horse, I mean like general animal person, like Snow White.
Faye is more tricks, right? It's more
Mm-hmm,
into
mm-hmm,
trickery.
mm-hmm.
No. I think I'm gonna go for horse person instead. It's like
Ah,
more into animals, right?
yeah, but it also
Yeah.
shows that you're a very empathetic person. Introverted, you're also not sure about humans most of the time. You're like, I relate more to animals because,
Oh god.
they're not
Oh
gonna
god,
steal
that
my
hits home.
money.
Oh god, that hits home. No. Oh no. You know me too much. Oh
Oh
no.
no, oh no. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Be good, be safe. COVID is still around. Mask up. Thank you
Ew.
everybody for listening. We love
Oh,
you and care for you
hey.
dearly. Don't do anything stupid. And bye.
Yeah. Bye.